Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the July 14th, 2022 edition of Office Hours, AMA, whatever you want to call it, for Apollo. My name is Matt Johnson. I'm the founder of the project, and I'm joined here with some amazing colleagues. Caleb and Henok are joining me tonight to chat all things Apollo. So appreciate you joining us. A couple minutes started late, but all good. We'll keep pressing on. So for those of you who don't know much about Apollo, we're basically a token and a DAO that supports creators. So whether you're into digital content, whether you're a credible online streamer like Henok, whether you're a fine artist, we try to provide a platform both for social engagement and for funding for projects and creators to realize their dreams. But like I've said many times, this is just a start. We're really looking to build a platform to enable everybody's passion, and creators is a great place for us to start, but don't be surprised to see us rapidly moving into other areas in the coming weeks and months. So excited to talk about that kind of stuff and other ways that our product is going to branch from there. So I mentioned last week that we're going to kind of talk about some numbers. Caleb has done a great job this past week of adding some detail to the homepage. And Caleb, I don't know whether that's like static data or this is real time yet. I think the point is to move to real time at some point.
It is static data. It is possible to get live data. It might take a little bit of effort on our end to build something.
Yeah.
Which is an opportunity for somebody to build a WordPress plugin.
Well, there you go. There you go, community. Everyone always asking how you can help. Let's build some awesome plugins if you have that skill. But regardless, I think there's a great kind of touch point for people, a little bit of evergreen content. I think we'll probably update it once a week or so. Is that the intent, Caleb?
Yeah, I'd definitely try to update it weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah. So one question I get a lot from the community is it too late to get in? If you look at that first number, 4,465 holders, we're still really young. There is no too late on anything. That is a relatively small number. Ask anyone that's been in DeFi for a while. It seems like that number, maybe I'm biased, should be a lot bigger just because it feels like, wow, 6 months. But for a project that's long-term like ours, that's growing the right way, growing organically, I'm pretty happy with that number. Especially when you get down to that bottom row and talk about how many tokens have been burned out of the total supply. So out of a 1 trillion start circulating supply, after we burned half the supply out the gate, we've almost burned 10% of that. And as we have more utilities coming online and more contests and more things happening, you're going to see that number go down and down and down, right? And then the reflected tokens. This is just money back in holders' hands. Rewards you for holding. This is like auto staking. We got other plans for rewarding holders for voting and staking coming really soon. But reflections is powerful. All the feedback we get is people love them. So just a couple things to look at there. Last 24 hours has been pretty cool. You can see there, like our market cap, I think, is around 28 or 27, something like that. Nice little bump. 24-hour change, up about 24%. And if anyone's tracking the financial worlds right now with CPI indexes and all these reports coming out, it's pretty volatile. It's pretty rough. But
yeah,
that's crypto, and that's the world economy right now. And I'm pretty proud that even though we can go down a day, we can bounce back just as hard the next day. So that's a good example of that. So just a couple data points, little numbers. Soon, I hope to have some representation from our marketing team on an AMA with me to kind of talk through a spreadsheet that Caleb and I are in a meeting every week where we break down pretty much every metric associated with the business you could imagine, from how we're growing on website views to Instagram. I think we just this week got a TikTok. Is that right, Caleb?
It has been created. Okay.
Does that mean I'm going to have to start practicing
Matt
dance moves, or is something
Matt will
else
be
going to
doing
be done on
dance
that channel?
moves,
Fantastic.
and whatever else it is people do on TikTok.
Yeah, great. So Caleb definitely needs some training on that before that starts. But yeah, excited to move into new platforms, continually trying to grow and reach new people in different ways, whether that's, obviously through their Telegram. We're really looking to grow out our Discord. Moving forward, we think that platform has a lot of potential and a lot of power for how we want to organize and deliver content, as well as some other cool stuff that Caleb and Noah and the team are working on for incentivizing holders and kind of day-to-day engagement associated with the token. So let's talk real quick about our current contest. Like I mentioned, we are a weekly contest driven by a DAO that gives away, funding for creators. One thing that Caleb rolled out last week was this contest prize estimator. So, as we went through beta, we were just giving kind of a fixed amount, $10,000 a week, priming the pump, getting people excited. But we switched to this algorithm that would allow it to kind of feed off where the DAO is at any current point. Obviously, you don't want to give in down markets, give too much away for too long and deplete out of your treasury. But this gives creators and the voters a good sense of like where we stand each week in terms of the prize. To remind everyone, in terms of this bonus, we were intending to go out and say once you get over 100 votes, then this formula of how many voters over new voters, because we really want to encourage new voters coming into the contest. That's really the power of the system, is to get new eyeballs and new holders into the system. We really reward for that ratio. So now we lowered that to 50. So as long as there's over 50, and already this week, I think if you scroll down, we can see there's about 64 votes have been submitted already. So we've activated that bonus. Now, the more new voters that come in that 63, the more that bonus will go up to match what the base prize is. So the base prize is based on how many people are in the contest each week. So this just helps give another sense of, what am I going to win instead of giving it a number of tokens. And so this updates pretty regularly based on the price value of Apollo as well.
Yeah, you need to do a page refresh.
Oh, am I behind here?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Good call, Caleb. Someone just made over $1,000 more, right? So
Yep.
excited about that. Right. Cool. So you can see we have, I think, 8 contestants, I believe, this week. But I touched on it last week and really excited to announce something that's coming up. So we've decided that Apollo All-Stars Season 1 is going to be kicked off on August 8th. So what this means is all these people that you see listed here, we've given away, I think, close to $100,000 so far over the first 9 contests, or close to it. Obviously, contest 10 is going on right now. We're going to run 2 more weekly contests after this. So 11 and 12. And those 12 winners are going to compete on August 8th for a 2-week period. So it gives them plenty of time to go out there and get new voters, get people excited about it, and more importantly, between now and then, refresh their content and think about their messaging. Talk about things like, what have you done with the funds? How have you helped engage with the community even further? How have you helped grow your passion and your gift? We want to hear those stories. So this is, imagine like you see on Survivor, or you see on Big Brother, or something on network television that bring together the best of the best. That's who will be competing in this contest. We're not going to talk about like what it will be, but I guarantee you the prize will be very interesting to all these creators, and a few surprises along the way for everyone involved. So excited to announce that we will again start that on August 8th. If you're counting and saying, wait, there's a week in between there that's not accounted for, yes, that will be an off week. That gives our team 1 week to kind of prepare for everything, get everything set up. That's what we'll kind of call the end of season 1. This is the first time we've used the concept of seasons, but we really liked it. When we're talking to our internal group and marketing, it just kind of felt like seasons had that more Star Search kind of feel to it. Something really fun and cool that you could reset and then add new things in each season. Like coming in season 2, we have staking, for example. All right. So again, with questions, feed them into the channel. When we're done here, we'll get to Q&A in about 15 minutes or so. Happy to answer any questions about that. But the big news is the Apollo All-Stars competition, which is a collection of winners. And there'll be a lot of other things coming associated with that. All right. Took that down. So, Caleb, anything from the brand or creative side that you want to touch on that's been happening this week?
Man, absolutely nothing. Just nothing
Right.
happening.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, just constantly pushing things forward. Every week we have the creator contest, which needs a number of graphics created for that, promoting it on social networks, doing that, plugging it out for the rest of the community. There is something new coming for the community. I think that's being announced later tomorrow or next week, just to give the community more content to take out to the rest of the world. POAPs are still coming out. We got a couple of those about to drop.
When POAP? That's a big question. When POAP?
When POAP?
I'm embarrassed to say I don't even know if I've collected all mine.
And what POAP?
And what does that mean?
What do you do with POAPs?
Oh,
yeah. Also, yeah, speaking of POAPs, go claim them. We have that POAP page on the website linking out to each one. They are starting to expire as far as claimability. So the first two are no longer able to be claimed. Yep. Well, besides that, as far as design and stuff, I'm working on UI stuff for the contest. I'm working on making some tweaks on the website. Apparently people like to go to the team page. I'm going to, pretty that up even more and just try to
are you even on the team
1%
page
better.
yet?
I'm not. And so that's one of the things I will put on there. Yeah. Matt's
it's like the carpenter's house.
calling
You
me
never
out.
pay attention to your own house when you're building something for someone else, right?
It's true. Yeah. The cobbler's kids go without shoes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. And one more thing on the POAPs, I thought you mentioned this week. It's not giving too much away about kind of the Army stuff that we're going to save for next week. But you mentioned a cool thing that the group that handles the POAPs does, where you can have like a contest or a random drawing for giveaways,
A raffle.
right?
Yeah,
a raffle. Yeah, so that's something that we talked about this week that I think we absolutely want to start. Basically, if I'm not speaking out of turn, you tell me, Caleb, but the more of these POAPs that you have, the more entries you have into this raffle to win Apollo that the DAO will put up for winning. So getting into these ideas of like each week getting some kind of reward for holders, voters, because you have to vote to get those. So go vote, participate
you have to vote
each week.
And then you have to claim your POAP. So we have that capability to run raffles, and every POAP you hold is a ticket into the raffle.
Right. So we're going to start giving away free Apollo to community members. We have not only that, but we're also going to be looking at ways for bounties and things like that, especially as we build up our Discord, which has some great tie-ins to these systems. So if you're everybody's always asking like, well, what can I do? How can I go promote? So what we're announcing next week for the Apollo Army will be kind of the messaging and the branding and the content that you can use to do these things. And then as you share them and engage and bring people in, we're working on concepts for rewarding, weekly on those kind of things to, obviously doing stuff that's deeper involved with our staking and for referrals and things like that. So just to let everyone, we're looking across this kind of holistically for everyone, right? It's our focus, as I said for a long time, has been how do we get creators up? We're always still looking for great new creators. Henok and his team have brought the cream of the crop to us. We want them to continue to do that as we move forward. But we also recognize that, hey, we got to step up and really build a great program for holders and voters. And that's what we're doing here. Awesome. All right. With that, I do want to turn the mic over to Henok. I appreciate you joining us today, sir. I think the key that he's going to talk about, I know everyone's probably got specific questions and some stuff that's been teased over the last week or two. But as a general sense, partnerships and revenue, we've had a call before where we talked about revenue and what your organization is doing or focused on to kind of help support the growth of the project. But we'd just kind of like to turn it over to you if you got anything that you want to talk about or anything that's